Okay, hitched a ride out of Darby, back up to Chief Joseph Trailhead, and back on the trail. So, it was good. I spent 2 nights in Darby, so a half day and then a full day, and then headed out this morning. So, I feel good, and I got just 2 days till I'm done with this this map section, which, you know, that's kind of how it's a good feeling when you can switch your map to kind of the final one, and then it's northern Montana that I'll be looking at, and yeah, so figured 5 days to Anaconda. It's about 106 miles, and I'll resupply there. I'll hitch a ride up the highway to Anaconda, stay 1 night, and then come back down and continue on towards Butte. So that's the plan. So let's get moving. This is cool. So it's a cabin. I don't know if you can rent it, if it's part of the Forest Service. Yeah. Property of the United States. It's cool. Well, I mean, it looks too nice to be a Forest Service ranger station cabin, but I wonder if it's one you can rent for recreational purposes. It's cool. The Gordon Grease Cabin, established 2000. That's neat. So it is funny, the temperature difference in August. Right now in Kansas, it's sitting roughly around 90 degrees, and I'm at 49 degrees up here. So it'll be weird when I finish after Glacier in September, going back to Kansas, and it being like 80, 90 when it'll be 50 up there. So it's kind of funny. Just crossed Gibbons Pass, where Lewis and Clark returned. Well, on their return journey, they retrieved some canoes they left the previous year, and also where the Nez Perce Trail crossed over, according to the sign back there. Got about 10 miles left today. The terrain has been pretty nice, so we've been making some good miles. But I stopped for lunch. I got some cheddar cheese and pepperoni. I've been trying to find things a little bit more healthy than just candy bars. So got some dehydrated bananas, chips, and just little things like that. So hopefully that should help. But doing good, and after lunch we'll keep moving. Okay, I'm about 1 mile from camp. Made really good time today. I've debated on pushing it like another 3 miles, but I'm starting to hear the thunder and the clouds starting to build. So I might just be content with my 20 and set up my tent and, you know, be dry for the evening if it'll hold out, you know. But for now, I'm gonna top off on water in this spring here, and that should get me through till tomorrow morning. So that's the plan. Okay, made it to my camp. I'm gonna set up here. It's a little bit more open than over there. And you know, you're always in the back of your mind wondering about these trees falling, but at the same time, I'm gonna have to be hiking a long ways to kind of get out of an area like this. But you know, I think it'll be all right. You know, ones that are leaning that way, so it should be good. So I'll get camp set up and get some food. All right, I caved, broke out my fleece pullover. It is like 55 and the temperature's dropping as the sun goes down, and it's windy, and so it is cold for August. But you know, that's probably just this week. You know, it shouldn't stay that way. I can't imagine that winter's coming this early. So in the meantime, I figured I'll be a little bit more comfortable and hope for some sunnier days. So yeah, I'll clean up my dinner mess and then probably just relax in my tent, kind of out of the breeze a little bit, so it'll be good. Okay, done for the day. Just trying not to push it too hard. Honestly, I could take this off now that the sun's out. It's getting a little warm, but yeah, did just over 20 miles today, and that'll be my normal pace. I'm now about 4 days out from Anaconda, so you know, counting today, so starting tomorrow, 4 days. But yeah, it's been good. The terrain has been really nice to where I've been able to make good miles, and tomorrow it looks like I'll be more kind of on the ridge line of things, or at least you know, on top of the hills and stuff. So so it's all in all, it's been a good day. All right, time to get up and get going. It was about 38 last night, so a little cold, but we'll get up and get a move on. All right, ready on the trail. Yeah, I want some warmer August weather. This 38, 40 degree mornings, you know, I know I did it before, but you know, in August I expect it to be at least pleasant. But yeah, so I'll warm up as I move. There was a little bit of frost on my bear bag this morning, but overall, we'll make some miles today and see what's over the next mountaintop. Here we have Surprise Lake. I'm not gonna swim. Just gonna fill up on water, maybe have a snack. But I'm trying to make at least half my miles before lunch, and so I got about 3 left before I hit 10. It must have been a pretty bad fire to knock down this whole forest. All right, stopped for lunch. It's about 10 miles in, so halfway done for the day. And yeah, this whole area is just a lot of blown down trees that you kind of have to step over, but that's all right. You know, eventually it'll kind of even out and be back to a normal trail again. So, but overall doing pretty good. It's a little bit of a obstacle course around here with all these trees. It's like all over. Okay, just over a mile from camp today, and yeah, we'll get some dinner going. It's been a good day. A little more tiring. It was a good start yesterday just to get back out from town. The terrain was mostly flat. Today was a little bit more going up and down in the mountains, which is it's good. It keeps it interesting. But then a lot of down trees too, so had to hop over those. So needless to say, my feet are feeling it after 20 miles. So it'll be good to get off of them here soon. Okay, so I already started making dinner and eating some, but got that set up. There's a nice little sitting area here, and you can see my tent back there. But this terrain is pretty rocky, hilly around here. So, you know, looking at the map, this looked like a good area. And aside from some mosquitoes that keep trying to get me, you know, it's a good spot to end the day at. So, just gonna enjoy it, and then probably get in my tent a little later. All right, settled in for the night. So tomorrow this is kind of unless you're, I don't know, on my map set for the Continental Divide, it's divided up in states. So you have New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, like southern Montana, and then just Montana. And so I've completed all of those, and well, I'm 8 miles shy of completing the Idaho, Montana section, and then the last section is Montana, which just goes to Glacier, and so it's kind of like the final segment. So I'm pretty excited because tomorrow I'll knock out those 8 miles and then be on kind of the final segment of my maps till the end, and so I can see it coming in sight. I'm thinking the second week of September, if all goes well, I should be done. So not long, just a little over a month. So it's good. We'll keep our pace and continue the journey. Okay, it's a new day. Time to get going. Okay, we're packed up and moving. So, time to get a start on the day. There goes some elk. So I realized my GoPro does better footage than my phone. And it actually picks up audio fairly well. So I kind of yesterday, when I was talking about going over the logs, thought this might actually be kind of a new style of filming that I can kind of incorporate. Yeah, so you know, in these flat areas I can really pick up speed and make some good miles, but as you can see, the terrain is also fairly loose rock in this section, and not complaining. I mean, it's not bad, but there's other areas that it's just kind of dirt or pine needles that your ankles don't really want to roll underneath you, and you can really, you know, pick up speed and make some good distance without feeling like you're gonna roll an ankle. Like, see here, it's nicer, but yeah, it's this is what the trail's like. Most of it is just thinking to yourself, walking, enjoying the views, and then every now and then you see something that really makes you stop and feel like you need to film it. But this is why I just film sections of it, because if I film myself walking for 20 miles every day, well, one, people are going to get tired of hearing me talk, and then also at some point it just becomes monotonous. Even though I'm in some of the most, in my opinion, beautiful areas of the country, you know, at some point you do kind of get used to it, but overall it's not bad. You know, it's really kind of nice. You never know what's around the corner, and you never know what you're gonna see, so it's cool. All right, time to top up on some water. I'm passing a lot of huckleberries right now, and luckily none of them are ripe. I don't know if you could see that. So I don't have to worry about losing time picking them. Currently I'm making my way up to or towards Pintler Pass. I don't quite know the history of it, how it got its name. Maybe some early explorer or mountain man. It's something I'll have to look up later. But once I climb over, I'll be at Jordan Lake, and then it's kind of sits in a bowl, so I'll have to climb over another pass right after that. So it'll be a good day for some climbing. At least the sun is behind the clouds right now, so it's keeping things cool. You know, and that's good, because I'm gonna work up a sweat getting up over these passes, so I'm thankful for that. These look kind of cool. I don't know what kind they are, and don't worry, I don't eat mushrooms out here, but just thought they're neat. Pretty sure these are mountain lion tracks. I don't see any claws on them, and yeah, I'll have to confirm that. I'll have to look up and see the difference, the subtle difference between maybe a coyote or a mountain lion, just with their shape. All right, just about to crest over the top of Antlers Pass here. Been working on climbing up, and here we are. Look at that. Now, some people, because eventually you're gonna have to, let me turn so you could see, go back up. I think Johnson Lake is right down there, and you have to go back up and over that way, over Rainbow Pass. And some people, I think, go up this way, and I think you can see on here, and they skirt the ridge line all the way over and then down. And every comment that I've read on my app that has my maps, which I'll show soon, says it's purely psychotic to just enjoy the lake. Apparently the rock scrambles are really sketchy. So, I mean, I'm not psychotic, so I think I'll take their word for it and just go down this way and then enjoy the lake and climb back up. So, but, here's looking back. That's where we came over yesterday and then down this morning. Yeah, things are going well. Well, this is just beautiful. I gotta drink from this one. Must be the land of waterfalls. Just filled up with the last one. All right, made it to Johnson Lake. I'm gonna have lunch here, and I might actually swim in this one. The sun's out, so. And this is the last marker on the map section for Idaho and southern Montana, so time to switch maps. So this is the map that I've been referring to, the app that I have. So this is actually the Yellowstone boundary, about 400 miles away, and this shows the red line, which is the official trail, and the nearby towns, water sources, and people can comment on different things. And so there's that's the town of Darby, and here's where we're at, the final section at Johnson Lake. And then yeah, so if I switch to the northern Montana, that's the final map section that I keep referring to. And I'll follow this one until the end at Glacier, all the way up in Canada. Okay, eating some lunch. I jumped in, I did the plunge, and that was good enough. It was cold. But it wasn't too bad with the sun out. Then the breeze kicks up, and then it's a little more cold. But yeah, so I'll finish up lunch, and then I believe somewhere over there, I'll have to climb up over there, up that mountain. So we'll continue on after lunch. So I didn't realize earlier that the lake had kind of this greenish hue to it. Also the reflection. So I believe if it's not a little bit over this way, I think I'm gonna have to go up and over there if I'm reading my map right. But it might actually be kind of hidden behind the trees. There might be a pass, but I'm gonna have to climb back up regardless. Nice little campsite here that has a fire ring and everything. I may have something like this tonight. I'm gonna try and camp next to Warren Lake. It's like 0.2 miles shy of 20 miles. But after that, it climbs up to back up on the mountainside. So let's get moving. All right, so there's the pass. There's an eagle flying up there. I don't know if you can see, he just went over it's kind of right in the trees there. But we came down that way. You can kind of see Johnson Lake down there. So yeah, to bring it full circle, we'll be going up straight ahead. So not as bad as a climb as I initially thought if you were gonna do that. And I can see why the people said that is psychotic, trying to go down this way, climbing up over the ridge lines. That does look very sketchy. Look at that. Almost to the top of the pass, but look at this. This is awesome. The farthest lake, that's Johnson Lake, where I was earlier. And then that one's Martin Lake, the closer one. And we're almost across. Just awesome. And here's this little guy just watching me, wondering what the heck is going on. He doesn't know if he should run or not. But yeah. Okay. We are crossing at the top of Rainbow Pass. There's the sign. And there it is. I'm like probably a mile from camp, but the last 2 miles have all been pretty much straight uphill. So I'll be ready when I get there. I set up camp here by Warren Lake. I did get in. The water's actually surprisingly warm. And I'm finishing up some food, so yeah, I'm gonna watch the sunset, so it's really nice. And I miscalculated. I'm at like 18.5 miles, so to keep my timing for getting into Anaconda, the next 2 days I'll probably have to do 21 miles to kind of keep it at like 6 miles for the morning of that I'm gonna try and get into Anaconda. So overall, it's been a good day.
All right, I did not sleep the best last night. At like 3 and 4 a.m. there's this young buck that just kept coming right up to my tent, eating and sniffing and just circling. He was doing that a lot, and so but time to get moving, and we'll do a little over 21 miles today, so let's go.
Okay, back on the trail. A little bit later. It's like 7:50. So lately I've been getting up around 6:30 and then eating breakfast as I pack stuff up. And so usually I'm on the trail around 7:30, but today just a little bit slower start, but that's okay. I think, you know, I don't have like 3 passes or 2 passes and a big hill to climb today, so it should be all right as far as still getting my 21 miles in. Yeah, so we'll just keep at it. Why they built a bridge over there, but not across here. So we'll have to use our natural bridges and keep our balance. This is the La Marche Creek. It's nice. Well, there's the bridge. It's in the wrong place. Have to press the top of Cutback Pass. I guess Cutaway Pass. One sign is right in there. So, yeah, that one wasn't too bad. It was a gradual long slope. So here we are. Stopped for lunch here, and the mosquitoes are really bad, even with bug spray, so probably won't stay here too long. But we're working our way up the mountain, so should be I think the last climb up today, at least big climb. So we're doing pretty good. Check that out. Just a short little breather after coming up over that, and before I head down. Here, check it out. So I'll start heading down that way. About 2 miles from Upper Seymour Lake, and then it's about another 3.5 miles until I can make camp from there. So I'll probably just refill on water, eat a quick snack, maybe just put my feet in. But it's been a lot of climbing today. I guess I didn't look at my map close enough yesterday, but you know, this is actually really beautiful, and this is kind of climbing that I don't really mind. It's tiring, but it's rewarding. So yeah, see. Here is Seymour Lake, at least upper. There's an upper and a lower. So I think, well, I can only imagine that after I pass it, I'm gonna go through the valley for a little bit, because I follow Seymour Creek for about 3 miles, then I'll make camp somewhere down there. I came across a really nice couple, Reed and McKenna from Missoula, Montana, at Seymour Lake there. They were out camping, well, just setting up camp, when I kind of stumbled upon the lake, and they had the place to themselves. But they gave me a little bit of food, well, some cherries, before I headed out. And I did not make a mistake this time of eating all of them at once. Well, I only had 3, but last time I had like 20 at one time, and it hit me an hour or 2 later. It was an emergency. Yeah, so it was nice, but unfortunately I can't camp there tonight because, you know, and I hate to get hung up on mileage, but if I don't do the remainder of my 3.5 miles, then it's gonna make Wednesday morning, when I'm trying to get into town before noon, so I can resupply, charge things, you know, get breakfast, eat some good food, get a shower, all that will just be like a half day instead of a full day and then, you know, the night. So I don't want to hike 8 miles Wednesday morning and get in around noon if I can get in at 8:30 in the morning and get a hot breakfast. So that's the only reason why I'm pushing on my additional 3.5 miles instead of enjoying the company and hanging back at Seymour Lake, because then I'll just have another 21 to do tomorrow and then 4.5 on Wednesday morning. So that's kind of the game plan. Right, gonna set up camp right here just off the trail. Did 22 miles today, so it's been a long day. It's 7:55, so I'm gonna set up camp and get some dinner going. Okay, got some dinner going, got my tent set up over there, and these woods have a nice echo. I was just whistling a little tune. I don't know if you can hear the echo, but here, maybe it'll pick it up. That's kind of cool. Yeah, sometimes just making noise to kind of make it where it's not so quiet and silent around here is nice, because sometimes the quietness can really get to you, especially in the evening at night when you're not in your tent yet. You do wonder every little sound that you hear, but you get used to it, so it's not bad. But overall, did pretty good today. I don't know that I'm gonna have a final update in my tent. I'll probably just give it right here. Did just over 22 miles, and that'll leave like 21 tomorrow, and then just a few for the morning that I'll go into Anaconda. So all in all, it's been good. What you doing, Foxy? You want to play?
Okay. It's like 6:40. So time to get up. My phone storage is almost full again too, so I'm gonna be selective today and tomorrow morning on what I'll film, and then I'll try and free some up in town. So time to go.
Now this is a river. Yeah. Sullivan's River. Just shy of 10 miles for the day. I got like 2 more miles till I hit my halfway mark. So I'm just gonna top off on water here and have a quick snack. All right. That was nice. Nice little short stop. Had a little bit of a snack, drank a lot of water, and I even washed my beard. The water was just too cool and inviting to not do something. So here in about 2 miles, I'll stop again for a little longer for lunch and then continue on. It's really nice today, so it's good. Right, I just got done taking a short break, sitting and kind of soaking. Right there, that rock, well, right there, is perfect to sit on with your feet in the water. There's a nice pool there, and it's super cold. Your feet go numb in less than a minute, so it was good. And got about 5 miles left today, and then that'll be 21 miles. So overall, we're doing really good. Just had a big black bear run up the hill, which is a good thing. I prefer them to run away. I don't know that these are his marks. I think maybe that one. Some of them look more like hooves. But yeah, ran up that way. As long as he's not running towards me, that's good. About 1 mile from camp. I didn't film as much today because my phone is very low on storage. So overall though, it's been a really good day. The terrain's been really nice, so I can do 21.5 miles and still get done probably around 6:30, maybe a little after. But yeah, got some nice views probably tonight for camp. Just finishing off the day with this glorious Jeep trail. I really hate these things. Yeah, I mean, most of today was actually just nice, nice actual trail in the woods. But at some point we gotta pop out and connect the paths, and usually it's these forest roads. So yep, that's about it. All right, so done for the day. I did like 21.5 miles, and that leaves 5 tomorrow morning to the road where I'll get a ride to Anaconda. Overall, it's been pretty good. This stretch hasn't been too bad, but yeah, not much happened today other than the black bear. Just a lot of walking. So I mean, that's sums up this trip for sure. But maybe here coming up we'll have some more awesome views and wildlife encounters and stuff. So overall, it's been a good day. All right, so last night was one of those nights where there's absolutely zero wind. The stars were out, the moon was out. It was so still and quiet that it was almost eerie, because every little like twig that snaps just seemed to be amplified. And about 30 minutes before I planned to get up, around 5:30, I opened my eyes and the moon had disappeared. I thought I heard a rumble. And sure enough, looking down or out into the forest, I see some flashes of lightning, and I threw this tarp on just in time. As soon as I sat back in my tent, the first raindrop hit, and now it's continuing on. So I think I'm gonna have to pack up my tent in the rain. Luckily, it's just 5 miles, and then tonight I'll have a nice bed and some warm food, and I can let everything dry out. So a good way to end the last 5 miles, huh? Time to get moving. All right, 6:48. Only 18 minutes passed when I wanted to start walking, but I was very fortunate the rain let up so I could pack up my tent. without it pouring on me. But yeah, I mentioned the rain came in, so last night it was super still. I mean, not even a hint of a breeze, so everything was just dead quiet. And at 5:38, I just down this road started seeing flashes of light and hearing rumbling. The wind started picking up and the moon had disappeared, and I was just like, oh boy. And I was like, are you kidding me? Really? Like 20 minutes before I'm about to start getting up and packing stuff up. But you know, it worked out. You know, I was dry. I got my, like I said, I got my cover on. And you know, I risked it. There was not a single cloud in sight last night, and so you know, I usually do just have my cover on just in case, but I decided it'd be better without it. Yeah, so about just under 5 miles to the road, and I've arranged a ride with Trail Angel from Anaconda, who will actually drive, I think it's about 30 minutes, it's like 12 miles, and come pick me up, take me back up to Anaconda, and you know, it's either that or hitch. But if I have established contacts in a place, I'll usually utilize those before I hitch. So it should be good. All right, time to wait for my ride. So I'll spend tonight in Anaconda, get cleaned up, get some fresh food, and then push on towards Butte tomorrow morning. It should be like 3.5 days, but we'll just call it 4. So making our way. After Butte, it's up to Helena, north.